Google did something weird this year with the Pixel 10 Pro XL. We got a good and a bad news and in between compared to the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Google actually increased the battery size this year on Pixel 10 Pro XL. There's not a massive difference, but 5200 compared to 5060 mAh is still a plus. Now, I will explain number games later, but Google is doing something weird with the Pixel 10 entire series, the battery health assistant feature, and that feature is now mandatory on Pixel 10 entire series. Well, this thing is not simple. According to Google, just after 200 cycles, this software will going to adjust the battery voltage and charging speed of Pixel 10 series. This is what they have to say. This software will adjust the battery's maximum voltage in stages that start at 200 charge cycles and continue gradually until 1000 cycles to help stabilize battery performance and aging. The company explained earlier this year during the Pixel 9a's release. You may notice small decreases in your battery's runtime as your battery ages. Battery Health Assistant will also tune the phone's charging speed based on adjusted capacity. You may notice a slight change in battery charging performance. This means, after your phone hit 200 cycles, it will start showing a sign of less battery life as a whole and the charging speed will drop accordingly. This year, Google gave us 45 watt of fast charging, but after 200, it will gonna drop to how much, who knows. Although until 1000 cycles, the battery will have 80% of its original charge. Then why forcing us to use the battery assistant features to force us not to use the phone's full potential? Competitors like Samsung gave us much bigger numbers, where top of the line S25 Ultra have endurance of up to 2000 charge cycles until it hits the 80% of its original capacity. This means Google is far from it, or using a less durable batteries in the Pixel 10 series. Although aside from Battery Health Assistant, battery degrade over time on every smartphone. Just give us an option. If anyone wants it, he or she will gonna use it. Rest use their phone at full potential. They did this with the Pixel 4a, where after an update, the update massively reduced the battery life, which is nothing but a sad story for Pixel users. Now, looking at the size and new processor, I believe Pixel 10 Pro XL will going to give us similar battery numbers than the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Just 10 to 15 minutes more or maybe slightly more. But this would be a cap, and over time, you can see similar or even less battery life on Pixel 10 Pro XL because Pixel 9 Pro XL doesn't have Battery Health Assistant mandatory. It is for Pixel 10 series. I shared the battery numbers for Pixel 9 Pro XL last year and seems like Pixel 10 Pro XL would match similar, where the phone lasted the full day. The phone at the end of the day was at 42% and the screen on time is at 4 hours and 5 minutes. Where the CPU usage is at the most at 34%, Wi-Fi is at the second number with the 19%, and mobile data is at the third number at 17%. Now this means 6 to 7 hours or even clipping 8 hours if you use it in one go, which is a pretty good numbers, and heating problem is also mentioned on Pixel 10 series, where the ones who used it confirmed there is no heating issues on Pixel 10 Pro XL. Now, let's see there is a good thing on Pixel 10 Pro XL compared to the S25 Ultra. Now, Google did a really good job this year for giving us a Pixel Snap, that new Qi2 wireless charging. I even shared in my last video, but this is one of the standout features for this year Pixel devices. And Google launched a couple of new accessories along with it and even mentioned you can use MagSafe accessories on Pixel 10 Pro XL. This feature is not available on S25 Ultra. Honestly, for some people, this would be a deal breaker as S25 Ultra didn't have it. Obviously, alone looking at this feature won't be a right choice. Now, Pixel users won't bother much with the raw performance of Pixel devices, but let's be honest. Pixel 10 Pro XL is far from S25 Ultra when it comes to raw performance, even in some cases less than the Pixel 9 Pro XL. There is no match between Pixel 10 Pro XL and S25 Ultra. Google this year used TSMC for the Tensor G5, and when I saw the performance numbers, the multi-core score were even less than last year's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, meaning it couldn't beat last year's processor. How it will gonna compete with this year's Snapdragon 8 Elite using the S25 Ultra, and there is no point of comparing when it cannot cope up with the last year. But if you are not a gamer and a heavy user, Pixel 10 Pro XL will do everything just fine. Couldn't say about the thermals comparison between these two phones. With that said, if you found value from this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.